Just do something to tell you who I am, you know?
Alright, I'm thrilled to bring you this video all about the scoreboard progression log. This is a log that I've been developing for a number of years now, all about how to keep your workouts as simple and basic as possible, while also giving you basically a GPS towards the results that you're after. Let's go into some of the details of the log and why it works the way it does. First off, the log is a single sheet of paper per workout. So at the top, you'll see it says program. And if you have just one workout that you're doing, you just can write down, full body or what the name of your program is. But if you're doing like a split routine or something, you could say push day or pull day or, left arm day or whatever you want to call it. The key with the scoreboard log is that it keeps things very simple, very basic, and very focused. One of the problems I've always had with logs is they can expand indefinitely. Lots of pages, lots and lots of different entries, and before too long it's just this mess of numbers and many different exercises, and it's too confusing. The simpler your log is, the easier it is to read, and the easier it is to know what you should be doing in order to progress. So we have just one sheet of paper, and we don't use multiple sheets of paper. We just simply erase our personal bests. This way the log is always kind of keeping you on track with what do you need to break in order to have a new level of performance. So I'll get into that more in a minute, but we have three categories. We have warm-up, we have our primary exercises, and we have our supplemental exercises. The warm-up is just if you're using anything new to warm up, something like elbow bridges, arm circles, any sort of therapy, or things that you need to do to kind of loosen up joints, you want to make sure that you write this stuff down, in order to make sure it's part of the program. It's not something you're going to do when you feel like it, or you can tack it on. It's written there in ink, and it's like, this is where you start. Do this. So it's directed. Okay, so it doesn't end up being this thing that you know you should do, but you're not doing enough. Don't overthink this one. You don't have to run on a treadmill for 5 or 10 minutes if you're going to do pull-ups or anything. Just a lighter version of whatever you're going to be doing will suffice for warm-up, unless there's anything special that you want to make sure to work on, like wrist flexibility, things like that. Okay? The second part is details. This is where you put down exactly what you are doing with the exercise. So if you're doing like elbow bridges, you can say 3 times for like 20 seconds a piece. Just something so that you have some structure in order to be able to give you the workout and what you do. And here's the real magic of this. There's a section on progression. You have to have the progressive mindset. Your mind has to constantly be thinking, all right, this is what I'm doing. What's my next step? How do I make this better during my next workout? You always want to be thinking that. You always want to be trying to do better. So here is where you write down, it's like, well, I could possibly get my left scap involved a little bit more, or relax my abs more on that elbow bridge or something. So you write down, relax abs. This is really the big nature of this exercise, of this log, because it's the only workout log that tells you what to do next. Most workout logs have told you what you've done, and then you have to refer to it before you start, and you're like, all right, how was that and everything. This is the one where you'll look at it, and it's going to tell you exactly what to do next. And I promise you, if you look for something to improve upon next time, you'll know. Now, here's the other great part. Primary exercises. I've kept this to about 7 or 8 parts. Again, most logs, they can expand too much. You've got like hundreds of different exercises because you just keep adding on and adding on and adding on. An effective workout program should have no more than a handful of meat and potato exercises. If you're into the bodyweight stuff, push-ups, pull-ups, lunges and squats, leg raises, bridges, maybe handstands. That's it. Go with the convict conditioning method, which has 6 primary exercises. Or you can use it with the triad muscle revolution, which you have primarily 3, maybe throw in a couple of extras there if you like raises or something else. The purpose of this log is to make sure that your main thing stays the main thing. You don't get distracted with 101 different things. So primary exercise will say pull up, you know, and then over here, details, once again, it's a finite amount of space. One of the mistakes that I had with my old scoreboards was I'd have 101 different ways of doing pull-ups. And so I'd always get distracted with, you know, different timing and AMRAPs and all sorts of different things. Saying, okay, we got 3 sets, you know, or actually what I do is I just write down the number of each set. So let's say I do 17, and then the second set I do 19, and then I get 12. Okay, and you can put in like 1 minute rest. Okay, whatever you feel is comfortable. And then you can also put in, I also have a 3-minute test where I'm getting like 37 or something. So you only have a few things that you could possibly write down. Once again, we have the progression. How are you going to improve your pull-ups? Think technique. You know, think technique. You can always, you know, it's like, well, I could always do more. I could do more with weight, but that's finite. You can only do that so much. So you go to progression and you think, okay, hands to chest. Trying to get my hands, you know, instead of coming here, coming to here, you know, that sort of thing. So again, oh, that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm trying to do in order to progress. And you will, if you have that front and center in your mind. And then, of course, we have our supplemental exercises. No one ever got really big and strong by doing calf raises or wrist curls or anything like that. But that doesn't mean we don't have to do them. They can be the crack fillers in your routine. So that way you put them down here in the supplemental exercise category so they don't distract you from this. These primary exercises are what should take up 3/4 of your workout time, you know, 3-4 sets at a shot. These 1 or 2 sets, you do them with intensity and so forth, but one of the biggest mistakes people make is it's like they do 1 or 2 sets of pull-ups and then they spend an hour and a half doing curls. You want to reverse it. You want to keep the meat and potatoes and the main exercises, your main exercises, and this stuff is your crack fillers that you kind of filter in towards the end. So let's say calf raises, you know, and then you have, you know, a set of 30, a set of 35, and let's say you drop right down and you have a set of 15. Oh, okay, noticing that, we can try and get 30 each. You know, try and get more consistency with that. So that's basically how the scoreboard now works. Very simple, and again, you only write things down if you do a PR. So if I jump on pull-ups and I get 17 again, I don't write anything down. I know that's my personal best. And then if I get like 12, I still stay on 19. Okay? I always keep the personal best written down, and if something goes down, I don't write anything because I want that to stay front and center in my mind of what I'm trying to work on. To the other side, which isn't here on the log, is just new area where you can write things down, lifestyle things like how are you going to change your diet around a little bit, get enough sleep, maybe try some sort of a stress release sort of thing, just ideas on how you can improve things outside of the workout. And then over on the back, that's where you can write all of your measurements and things like that. So it's all there, it's all laid out, very simple, 1 sheet of paper. Maybe if you got a couple of different workouts, 2 or 3 at the most, and that's all you're going to need, and it'll give you exactly everything you need in order to progress. So you can download it, reddeltaproject.com, and it's also available with the Triad Muscle Revolution. Let me know if you have questions on it. Till then, be fit,